What it do, snackers, snackettes, and snack X's? It's your boy Gage. Send us in the building.
Yes,
Send your
sir.
favorite waifu senpai is in the building, just so you're aware. And no jokes, not gonna happen.
Nope. Nope. Once again,
Uh,
tag team. 2-man show.
I don't know if I like. I don't know if I like what you just did there. I don't know if I like what you just did there. No.
Work on
um,
it.
we got a lot to discuss tonight, but I have no idea how it's gonna go. You know, Frosty, we don't really see jokes anymore. So you know, he's around. He's got a new work schedule and things are
Yeah.
it's work.
Yeah.
It's work life balance kind of
We
thing.
we make it work. So
I
it's
think
what
he'll
it
be
is.
here. I think he'll be here next week. I think he'll be here in a couple of Mondays for movie club. But I said relax.
We'll see.
I said I think. I
You
didn't say
did.
he will.
You did. You did.
I said I think. You know what I mean? I'm also very busy this month. Like it's just like it's a lot happening.
Yeah.
You guess that's a legit excuse. It really doesn't matter if it's a legit excuse or not. The point is he's not here. You will be there for movie club.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Glad to hear
What
that.
up, Andrew?
Ah, Andrew, I do have some new artwork, some black light sensitive artwork that came courtesy of the Good Man Artatorium. Picked this
So
up at Otakon. Um, you know, it's Spider-Man related, so
right.
it
And
works out.
favorite color, like it's also Lotus Nest color. It's like it's
In there,
yeah, it's a lot
yeah.
going on. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot happening with that piece. Um, Santa's gonna do Jokes' job, just so you guys can get your hands on that Beacons link. Again, easiest way to find us: hit the Beacons link. Everywhere we are is there.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Heather. Uh, and then Sin, you have a job to do.
Yeah, so let's shout out our top tier patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Dortch, Tyrone Carson, Meticulous Skin, Alex Lee, Ellis Mbe, and Kermit Ferguson. Thank you very much. We truly, truly appreciate it.
We truly do. Sin,
Yes, sir.
D23 was this past weekend.
It was. Oh, it is. Oh, I thought my thing was acting up.
Yep. There we go.
There we go.
Hey, Frank. Now you have my name. I have your name.
Yeah,
It's
all over the
weird
place,
now.
man. Yeah, it's.
I don't know what
Yeah.
you did. You tried to pull some Freaky Friday. I'm
Nah.
not with it.
Nah.
I don't know. Yeah, I was asking you if you really had a chance to kind of catch up on all the D23 stuff that
Some of the
happened over the
stuff.
weekend.
Some of the stuff, not everything. I was locked into Game of Thrones season 2 this weekend. I still got the finale to watch. So no, I wasn't like as locked in.
Game of
But
Thrones.
I looked on stuff
Season
today.
two.
I did look up some stuff today.
Wait.
What?
Wait. Run that back. You went back. I don't think that's what you told me. You went back to season 2 of Game of Thrones.
Well, season 2 of House of Dragons. I'm thinking it's all just one world and one thing when I say Game of Thrones. Yeah. So I went to watch season 2
Yeah,
of
but
House
you
of
can't
Dragons.
say that because then it's like House of Dragon. It's very different.
I know. I just look at it
Different
as
show.
just the same world, but yeah.
I it is the same world, but like it ain't the same thing. I'm like, you went back. Like, it's not the same thing.
I don't know. I'm gonna go back probably by the end of the year and watch the entire first run of Game of Thrones, like all the seasons or whatever. So I want to revisit it actually.
Okay. So you was messing around in that world.
Yeah.
D23 news didn't really you didn't get your fancy tickled. Got it.
I saw certain things and I looked at stuff.
Here's the thing. I had a little bit of a struggle getting excited about the D23 announcements. I'm gonna go through some of them. What up, Doctor Who? We're just happy to have you. You are earlier than Ty.
Facts.
You beat Tardy Ty. Yeah, man, I don't know. I like maybe the biggest pop was Incredibles 3.
Really? Okay.
I feel like it was.
I didn't like. I didn't see anything about it. I looked at the stuff today, stuff I missed, announcements, and I wasn't like excited about honestly anything. It was either stuff I already knew was coming, or the stuff I didn't know. Like okay, like it was nothing that made me like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm jumping up and down, I'm cheering, I'm excited. It was like, all right, cool. Incredibles 3. Moana 2. Like, okay. And such. Like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, look, Avatar 3 getting a title, Fire and Ash, and they got a new Fire Tribe. Let me look directly into the camera. I don't care about Avatar at all. I think Avatar is trash. I think it's trash. I think that the spectacle of Avatar is and always has been about movie making magic. I don't care about the story. I don't care about the characters. Like it does nothing for me. It's cool. Like it's not. I said trash. That's going a little far. Let me run it back. Let me be a little less.
Okay.
What James Cameron does when James Cameron makes a movie, I don't know, man. There are parts of it that I feel like, as a filmmaker or as a creative, he seems to me now, or over like the last probably 15 years or so, so caught up in the like ILM, Wetaworks, like so caught up in like the technology of making movies and like being able to do that kind of stuff that like, and it's not that those things don't serve the story, because they do serve the story, but I don't necessarily think they're stories that need to or even necessarily deserve to be told. I think it's just that like there's cool tech and we want to put this to use. And like the first Avatar film was really all about 3D. It was like shot in actual 3D with 3D cameras. TVs are going to be 3D at home, blah, blah, blah. Like the most recent film, again, and I love tech. I love what the advancements and that kind of stuff, but really just feels like a commercial for showing off CG and how well they can do water now in CG and stuff like that. Like it doesn't,
because that second one was visually
it's just it sure. And but that's, I don't know, there's a part of me that's kind of like, I don't know, if you take that away from it, if you just shot it in the water, I don't know, dog. Like I don't know what it is. It just doesn't resonate at all with me.
So I take it you're not going to see this third one.
Andrew says so. Avatar is copying the Avatar that had different tribes. How I felt since the beginning of copying. Yeah, I mean, look, the reality of it is the first Avatar film is the story of the Great White Hope. It is the story of the white man that shows up and saves the tribe. Yeah, see, there it is. Hot take. Avatar repackages the paint and marginalizes blue people. That's literally what it is. It's Pocahontas. It's literally Pocahontas.
Yeah.
It is John Smith and
not a brand new
Pocahontas, and
story
this
at
dude
all.
saves the people from his own people by falling in love with the tribesmen and the people in nature. Like this is like, well, I saw Pocahontas already, and you know, whatever. And I don't want Disney to do a live action Pocahontas because they, you know, and like so. Terminator 2 as a James Cameron film for me was like, oh, we can do something new. We're pushing the medium. We're telling the story again. And it had like one of the best. Terminator 2 has one of the best twists ever in terms of making the villain the good guy. Like it just, and so like the liquid metal thing and all that, like that was incredible, crazy, groundbreaking, and it felt right. And it didn't necessarily feel like we were telling the story for the sake of using the tech, but the tech help in telling the story. This feels the other way around. Titanic was like so much of what they did in Titanic. It was still about the story, and yes, they used tech to do the boat and add the people and have it break and whatever. There was a lot of that's there, but it still felt like it was more about the story, right? And telling a story like where you already know what happens, so let's tell a story about the people who were there when you know what I mean. Like we know how Titanic ends. It's not like it's, you know what I'm saying. So like Avatar is just like. I don't know, dog. I'm not. It's not doing. It's just not working for me. It doesn't work for me.
I get it. Not everybody's
so I think I think there's cool stuff in it, but like giving me the name of Avatar 3 when we've known there was going to be a third Avatar for I don't know how long, just kind of was like, all right, well,
I think like 2 more too.
I guess I'm glad they did that.
I think it's 5 of them altogether. I think it's 5 they're doing all together.
Yeah. Which again, I'm good, dog. I just don't need us to do that. Like I'm good. Like I don't need that at all.
I'm gonna go see him in the theater to finish the story regardless. So, you know.
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog. Again, I'm not interested in the story. I don't know. I've seen the story 100 times. It's very cliche, and I think that's the problem for me. It's super, super, super duper cliche, and so like you can put whatever kind of veil or makeup on it you want. It just still feels like the same story to me. So whatever. Frozen 3 and Frozen the musical. They're gonna add Frozen the musical to Disney Plus streaming, which is cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Frozen is one of the best movies I've ever seen. Frozen 2 is cool. Frozen is pretty incredible. Do we need a Frozen 3? Probably not. But all right.
Yeah, I didn't even see Frozen.
I think it'll do well. Moana 2. Here's the thing that's weird about this thing. All right, so listen. I've seen parts of the first. It's cool. I think, and I think there should be a Moana 2. I'm cool with that. What I feel like I don't like is why are you doing Moana 2 and doing a live action remake of the first Moana? Why are you doing both of those?
Yeah.
That just feels
that
unnecessary.
It feels like
why are we
pick one?
Why are we spending that money?
Stick with 2, let Moana 1 further down the way, and then whenever do a for the 10th anniversary or something like that, do a live action remake. We don't need a live action remake at all right now.
it's it's too early. The other movies where they are doing live action versions of those movies are old movies, like old movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're talking traditional cell animation movies being made into live action, which is cool. A lot of those movies, there were already live action versions. Shelley Duvall was doing those joints of Fairy Tale Theater. Like there are already live action versions of them, just not quote unquote the Disney versions of them. This feels it's it's Earl inducing. It makes me. It's like you. It just feels like you're doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
You're pushing too much. You can kind of step back on that a little bit, and I just don't see the. I don't see the need for both of those things, and I would hate for there to be some burnout on it. But
Yeah.
Doing a spinoff show for Inside Out, I'm cool with that. Inside Out 2 did crazy numbers. People love the first Inside Out.
Have they
I
said
think that
what the
a
spinoff is
show.
going to be about?
So the movie series is spinning off a TV series called Dream Productions that will be based in the universe of Riley's mind. It'll come to Disney Plus in 2025.
That's it.
That's
All right.
what we know.
I need more info.
Look, I think
okay.
I think a show that continues to teach kids about their feelings and their emotions and how to get in touch with them and understand them, I think that's cool. Like I really don't have any issues with that. I think that there's a possibility. It's not for me, and I'm cool with that. Zootopia 2. Zootopia is dope. Zootopia 2 is cool. It's been a long time. It's supposed to come out next year, so it'll be almost 10 years since that movie came out. That original movie came out like 2016.
Wow.
Again, Incredibles 3. It took forever for the second Incredibles to come out.
I still haven't seen
So, again, look, they announced it. They didn't give any info about it. All they did was say they're back and they're doing another one. Like when it's coming, how soon we'll see it, But now we're gonna start getting into stuff that I knew about, but I wanted to see and hear about. So, Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yes.
I'm cool with that.
Yes.
We still don't have a lot of information, but it's not supposed to happen until May of 2026.
So we got plenty of time.
So all right. Yeah. Apparently in the footage that they showed, which has not been released, but I'm sure you can find it. There was voiceover footage where Din Djarin calls Grogu his new apprentice. That there's plenty of action in it, and there's a return of the Razor Crest.
Oh, okay.
Plus an appearance by Zeb Aurelius from Star Wars Rebels. So,
okay. Good things to look
I dig that.
Okay.
Seeing a few things. Now, Daredevil Born Again. They showed a trailer for the series. They brought all the original characters out on stage, like all the actors on stage, and I'm like, bro, now we're talking.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're getting somewhere, right? Like, come on, man, bringing the Punisher back. You know what I'm saying? Like, White Tiger. Come on, man. Now we're getting into things that I'm like, all right, I'm ready. They did show the trailer for Ironheart. I'm not excited. I'm just gonna let it play out. Does that matter to you? Do you? I mean,
in 5 years,
are you even thinking about Ironheart?
Absolutely not. No. Like we're now getting into the characters I'm unfamiliar. I know of her. You know what I mean? And how she kind of got started and everything. Seeing the movie, I know from the comics. but like we're dabbing into people I'm unfamiliar with. So if I give you trust, reserve judgment until I see what it is, and take it all in. So I'm not excited about Ironheart, but the trailer can absolutely turn that completely on. So for right now, it just is what it is.
Percy Jackson and the Olympian season 2. Now look, I don't know where you sit on this. I did not watch any of this show, but I know it was like the most viewed show on Disney Plus when it came out. So I'm with it. Like, I don't have. It's probably really good. I decided I don't have time.
I'm passing on it for now until I probably have nothing else that I'd rather be watching than that. I have a million other things I'd much rather be watching.
Let's see. Pixar announced a new movie. Finally, something that is not a sequel. A movie called Elio. Don't have a date.
Okay.
But what it says, the story follows 11-year-old Elio Solis. He accidentally becomes the intergalactic ambassador of planet Earth when aliens beam him up to their world, and Zoe Saldana is voicing his aunt.
Okay.
So, there is a trailer available to watch for a new Pixar show coming out December 6th. It is called Win or Lose, and it is about a co-ed middle school softball team called the Pickles.
Okay.
And they're preparing for their big game. Each episode shows a perspective of each member about the same event, shown a variety of visual styles. So,
okay,
that's cool. Look, bro, Toy Story 5.
Do we need it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I saw that was
Definitely
the first
not.
thing that came in my head was like, why? Like, we don't need to keep.
Well, because all the rest of them made money because they're
they're
good movies.
But like, we don't need to keep beating it into the ground. The last one was great. Like, we don't need to just keep doing it just because it's popping and make money. Let it just have a clean kind of like end to it. But hey,
here's how I feel about that. I think that there's a couple things happening with that. One, I think that part of the problem is that we're using the number 5. What I feel like, where I feel like we are with the Toy Story franchise is that we need to be in a place where we're doing Toy Story : something.
mm-hmm.
But I feel like putting a number on it makes that feel like we're doing too much. Makes it seem as if we're like pushing the envelope too far. Like, it doesn't. Nothing goes to 5 anymore.
Unless you're fast.
Like, we just don't do that. Right. And it was Fast 5, right? That's what they called it.
Yeah,
Fast 5,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't, quote unquote, the Fast and the Furious 5.
Right.
It wasn't, right? And even though it was Fast 5, there was no 3. There was no 4.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, just as a society, like, to help us deal with the fact that we tend to flood and not let go of these things, these franchises, we don't allow them to end or whatever. We've gotten away from putting numbers on things for a couple of reasons, one of which makes it seem like if you're new to this, you're too far behind and you can't get into it now.
I can get that.
And so that's why they don't generally put numbers on sequels anymore. That's because it's like when you say Toy Story 5, like we're starting to talk Mega Man numbers, dog. Like nothing, nobody does that. You understand what I'm saying? Like Resident Evil 5, like Capcom couldn't count, so they did 15 versions of Street Fighter 2. Ugh. Got to 3 and then did 4 and then then so they were like, with Resident Evil, got y'all. But they didn't put numbers on them originally. Like they did, but then they switched to like Code Veronica. And you see what I'm saying? Like they did 4, they did 3, they did 5, and they did 6. But they put other joints.
There's other games in the franchise, right? That did not go by numbers. Right. They have names.
Correct.
Right.
There's we're on Resident Evil 8. There's way more Resident Evil.
It's like 25 games. Resident Evil games in total.
And think about this for a second. How many Resident Evil movies are there?
Okay. Are we including animation?
Live action.
I was about to say, okay.
The live action movies.
Oh, you got to be sitting on at least 10.
You think so? It's a lot. Look it up. It's a lot though. But that's what I'm saying. Like, but
right to the place.
I don't feel like, again, like we tend to. I guess my point is, we tend to shy away from number 2. Number 3, like we tend to shy away from that these days and go with something else so that it's part of the franchise, but we don't necessarily put the number on it. And Toy Story 5 should make you feel real old.
When you think about it, yeah. Like when you think about it, like 5, bro? Y'all been doing this that long? Gosh.
But there should be so many more. Like, again, they did the Lightyear thing, which kind of went for the more weird, realistic, like, but I don't know. Now, there is also a trailer.
7 Resident Evil movies. 7.
That's a lot. That's too many. How many of them have a number in the title?
None. Resident Evil Apocalypse, Resident Evil Extinction, Resident Evil Afterlife, Retribution, Welcome to Raccoon City, which was the last one that came on, the one that ended.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Something.
They don't like it. Just
final chapter. That was the other one. Okay.
Think about. There's a new Alien movie out. What's it called?
Romulus.
Okay. What was the last Alien movie called?
Prometheus. Am I right? Was Prometheus the last one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So even the second Alien movie was just aliens.
I was about to say, out of the original trilogy, Alien 3 was the only one that had a number. It was Alien, Aliens, and then they did Alien 3. Yeah.
Same. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, we just don't. Andrew said the plot doesn't make sense to be Toy Story 5 because how's Woody back? Listen.
And I didn't see it, but Doc did say it was 6. It was 6 with Mila Jovovich, whatever. And then when they did the remake or whatever, it was the one. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but none of them joints got digits in the title.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
That's curious. I know they don't because they call like Damnation and stuff.
No,
like
they don't have digits on. Yeah. Like sometimes you get away. Like there's Kill Bill, but technically, right? Because Kill Bill is one movie.
Yeah, just split into 2 parts, right?
You see what I'm saying? So it's volume 1 and volume 2. It's not part 1 and part 2. We're not talking Back to the Future. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that's it. And then Back to the Future 3, they were like, it's over. We're done.
Put a bow
You understand
in
what I'm
this
saying?
thing.
Like,
Yeah.
let's not. I'm gonna tell you what has probably too many. The Land Before Time. How many Land Before Time?
Hey, you ain't never lie, bro. Them dudes
How
don't stay
many?
down, bro. They dinosaurs. They Earth. Everybody died. Like, why are we still making movies?
Bro, you know how many tree stars and shark tooths,
Mm.
duckies, bruh. It's
Land
real
Before
out
Time
here.
film series.
Listen, American Tail. You had American Tail, and then American Tail 5 goes west.
Yo.
Yeah, it's like 30 of them joints. It's like 30 of them joints.
There's like 14 of these
They-
joints.
That's like 30. That's like 30
Yeah,
when
it's close enough.
in movies.
It's close enough.
Yeah, dog. Come on, man.
And none of them have a number. Not one of them.
The Rescuers and the Rescuers Down Under. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we just a lot of, like, we don't, putting numbers on joints just makes people feel like, oh, I can't go see this. I have to go watch the other thing first. I have to, like, I don't know. It makes it seem way older. I don't know. Skeleton
Dreamhead
Crew.
numbers. I did watch the trailer for that. Skeleton Crew.
What'd you think?
I don't know how I feel about it. It's like
Okay.
Goonies, but Star Wars. Like, I don't know how to feel about it just yet. There are things about it I'm intrigued by, like seeing the kids living like regular lives in like a Star Wars suburbia and all that kind of stuff. Like, that kind of stuff is intriguing me about getting to see that side of Star Wars. But outside of that, I don't know. I'm just like, I was watching it kind of lost all the time. Like, what is this? And why are we doing this? But,
Because Star Wars has a need to do what I've been saying, which is grab on and hold on to a younger audience, a younger generation, and allow them to see themselves in that world forever. So Disney is taking the steps to make sure that they have you for life. That's what it is. Because you do that, and then on the back of that, you put out, you're doing Andor season 2, and Andor is definitely not for them. So we'll see how that is. Monster Jam movie with The Rock. We're just gonna skip that.
Okay. No Monster Jam.
Don't care though.
Don't talk about Dwayne.
Bruh. Whatever. I don't even know. Whatever, dog. Like, Moana was enough of him. We're good. Seen the Tooth Fairy? Classic.
No.
Tough. That jump like that. You know what I'm saying? Then there's the other joint where he's the football player and finds out he has a daughter. I can't think of the name of that joint, but that joint, vicious. Classic. Enjoyable. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be honest, man. I mostly had my fill of I'm good with the rundown. That movie is incredible. And The Rock is incredible in it. Mostly because he's The Rock in the movie. It's just what he does. He clotheslines and rock bottoms people in that movie. It's perfect. It is hilarious. It's great. It's a great movie. The Rundown is a great movie.
I've not seen The Rundown in forever.
Bro, let me tell you how. That is a movie. That is a joint that if that joint is on, if I was flipping channels, which I don't do, if I was flipping channels and that joint's on, not turning it off. Unless it's on a station with commercials. Because I'm not watching commercials. But If that joint's on, bro, I'm sitting down. I am snuggling in. I'm good. That movie, wherever it is in that joint, case closed. I'm so
Yeah.
good.
I remember enjoying it, but apparently I need to rewatch it.
Kidding me, dog?
Which I probably
Bro.
won't do anytime soon.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's coming up in movie club, I'm pretty sure.
Now that you said something, right?
Yeah. Listen, those are probably the biggest things that got announced at D23. And, look, I'm again. It's not that there weren't exciting things. I think there's a lot of exciting things for a lot of people. I think there's plenty to be actually excited about.
I can agree with that.
Just a lot of it's not exciting for me.
And I can agree with that.
Because I'm
Yeah.
out of that loop.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't need most of that loop anymore. So like most of that stuff, I probably won't ever watch. Because I don't need to anymore. When I had to, I was doing it. And I was enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Again.
But now, there's so much out there.
Bro, Frozen was everything.
It took me like probably 2.5 years to finally watch Frozen, only because I refused to while people were still talking about it, wouldn't stop singing it.
I understand. That's why I shouldn't have watched 300. But trash movie, dog. All right, so look. They talked about the new Mufasa joint.
I saw the
live action
theater.
Stitch.
Don't care.
Here's the thing. A live action Lilo and Stitch, it is the right time for that. That movie is definitely old enough that you could get away with doing a live action one now.
Yeah.
The popularity of Stitch never really went away, and the animated show was actually really good and stayed on a lot longer than probably most people really realize.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can pull off making the other alien characters in the movie, from the movie, look good, Stitch looks pretty good. If they can pull that off, then I think they do it. Look, the success of something like that, I think actually it hinged on the success of like Sonic and Sonic 2. They pulled those joints off and it worked. And they had to go back and fix some of the uncanny valley and the way they kind of humanized him and made Sonic look. Mm-hmm. But once they made him look real but kept him in the animated version look, they hit something and it works. The Knuckles show that they had did really well. I didn't watch it. Oh, it's on like Paramount. But I think a live action Lilo and Stitch is absolutely ripe for doing way before a Moana.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, it has that. Like you said, it's been a while since some Lilo and Stitch. It's old enough to where it deserves to get the live action treatment that Disney's been rolling out. Yeah.
The only reason why, I mean, even then, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why you do a live action Moana. That just doesn't make any sense to me. But look, I don't crunch their numbers. So,
still, I probably won't ever watch the live action Lilo and Stitch. So,
I'm gonna probably end up seeing that.
Yeah. I haven't seen.
Look, Stitch was like Amaya's favorite, like to this day.
Know that, yeah.
Like Stitch is her Spider-Man. Like Stitch is to Amaya what Spider-Man is to me. Like they are. That's the thing. I just talked to her at the hospital. I just talked to her about it.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, everybody is texting me and calling me and whatever. And she's like, I just wanted to keep acting like it wasn't a real thing, but it is real, and so I have to go see it. Like she's just like, you know what I mean? Like it just So yeah, I mean that I'll probably go see. The Jungle Book was a great live action remake. It was. They did a great job with that. Beauty and the Beast was cool.
The only live action one I've ever watched was Cruella. And the only reason I watched that one was because I thought we were going to do like whatever year it came out. I thought we were going to do like a top 10 movies of the year. And I only watched like 3 movies that year. So I sat down a week and was like, I need to watch something for this year. So I have something. So I was like, well, Cruella came out. Put that on.
Oh, here's the thing. Cruella, though, wasn't technically like 101 Dalmatians remake in live action. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of its own story about her.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even count that, technically. Not like how Beauty and the Beast is just Beauty and the Beast, but with live, you know what I'm saying? But in live action. And how Aladdin is just Aladdin. I almost lied and said the only one of those joints I saw in the theater was Lion King. Definitely lied, because I definitely saw Aladdin in the theater.
Okay.
Definitely was upset about that.
Okay.
Definitely upset about that. And Lion King was trash. And again, it's not really live action. It just
CG. Close
just
enough.
didn't feel good. It felt empty. It was boring. It felt really boring. You can't take the Lion King and turn it into a nature documentary, and that's basically what they tried to do. And so that was the problem. I don't know, man. Like, whatever. D23 usually I feel like has more exciting stuff, but I think now that I think with where it sits, with the follow-up coming right behind what they just did in Hall H, I think that's why a lot of it is ringing the way it's ringing, is because it's like, well, you just bust the whole load
straight up.
You know what I mean? And so they are separate but equal. And then you still, you got to think about it as like, they don't have their own Marvel thing, but they basically use San Diego Comic-Con for like Hall H is here's where the Marvel big announcements are. It's almost like it's their own show. D23 is a Disney specific thing where they do talk more about the Disney side of things than they do the Marvel or the Star Wars side of things, because they also have Star Wars Celebration.
Mm-hmm. And they talk about their music parks and new attractions and all that kind of stuff coming. They run through the whole Disney stuff. Yeah.
There's other stuff, right? Like they talked about they're opening like a villains area, and they're doing other things that I think are really cool, that are much bigger than just, we're putting another movie out or whatever, right? So, it's cool. Sin.
Yeah.
If you recall, a couple of months ago, we had a discussion on this very show about Microsoft shutting down studios.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those studios was Tango Gameworks.
Okay.
It was a big hoopla. Hi-Fi Rush did so good last year, and they said they met all the metrics. Now they shut it down, and they talked about wanting to get a foothold in Japan, and they just shut down their only Japanese studio. This is crazy, blah, 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 whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what?
What that is?
Tango Gameworks is not shutting down. So a couple days ago, press release came out. I guess technically this was yesterday. So there's a company called Krafton, which is a game. This is the studio that owns PUBG.
Okay.
They did a bunch of other stuff, like they published the Callisto Protocol, which was like the pseudo remake of anyway, didn't do great.
Right.
Nonetheless, they put out a press release, and I'm going to read it. Krafton Inc. today welcomed the talented people of Tango Gameworks to their team. marking an exciting moment in the company's global expansion and its first significant investment in the Japanese video game market. This strategic move will include the rights to Tango Gameworks' acclaimed IP, Hi-Fi Rush. Founded in 2010, Tango Gameworks quickly established itself as a leading development studio renowned for creating critically acclaimed Hi-Fi Rush, along with survival horror titles Evil Within and Evil Within 2, and the action-adventure game Ghostwire Tokyo. The studio became part of Xbox when ZeniMax was acquired by Xbox in 2021. Hi-Fi Rush, a flagship title for Tango Gameworks, is a rhythm action combat game that has captivated audiences worldwide. The game has achieved widespread acclaim, receiving overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. Additionally, Hi-Fi Rush has garnered prestigious awards, including Best Animation at the BAFTA Game Awards, Best Audio Design at the Game Awards, and a Game Developer's Choice Award for Best Audio. As part of this strategic agreement, Krafton intends to collaborate with Xbox and ZeniMax to ensure a smooth transition and maintain continuity at Tango Gameworks, allowing the talented team to continue developing the Hi-Fi Rush IP and explore future projects. Krafton intends to support the Tango Gameworks team and continue its commitment to innovation and delivering fresh and exciting experiences for fans. There will be no impact on the existing game catalog of the Evil Within, Evil Within 2, Ghostwire Tokyo, and the original Hi-Fi Rush game. This integration reinforces Krafton's dedication to expanding its global footprint and enhancing its portfolio with innovative and high-quality content. The addition of Tango Gameworks represents a strategic alignment with Krafton's mission to push the boundaries of interactive entertainment. Sir, we have reported a lot about studios getting shut down, game developers getting laid off. I don't know if I can recall a studio being rebirthed and put back into action only like a few short months after they basically were dead. It's a very interesting development.
Yeah,
And it makes me wonder what Microsoft slash Xbox's hand is in it, because it's like if they're shut down already and they're shuttered, and these people are who works there? Like, this would be like, yeah, we got it, and the IP. Who did you hire people? Like, I don't know what that means.
Maybe Tango reached out to Microsoft and had a conversation with them about acquiring everybody that worked there during that time and want to bring them back.
You mean Krafton?
Yeah. So maybe they reached out to them after hearing the news, and they've been negotiating probably for like the past couple of months to I want to bring them into the fold and help expand our portfolio, like you said, and grow more and all that kind of stuff. Maybe they, like I said, heard all the acclaims. Maybe they played the game and they liked it. Like I said, how y'all gonna let these guys go? We're looking to expand anyway, so maybe it went down something kind of like that, or vice versa. Maybe they reached out to people and had a meeting. It's like, look, what y'all think about we merge or something like that? Yada yada yada. Could have been on the other way around. Like either way, it's good across.
It's interesting to me, if anything, that like a Japanese company didn't reach out or attempt to acquire them, or maybe they didn't want to pay for them, or did, like, it does make me wonder whether or not in some way Microsoft attempted to sell them and sell them off prior to shutting them down. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe they were willing to sell off the studio, but weren't willing to give up the IP. This sounds to me like they got Tango and they got Hi-Fi Rush, but it doesn't sound to me like they got the Evil Within. It doesn't sound to me like they got Ghostwire Tokyo. It sounds to me like Xbox slash Microsoft might still own those IPs. And maybe we'll put another studio. They got all these Activision studios now.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have somebody else work on those IPs or do something with them, or do remakes of them, or something along those lines, right? Like that, to me, seems like that might be the direction they go. I just think it's interesting that, and I think it's smart. Like, it's cool. Yeah, all right, you got a Japanese studio, so that's cool. Hi-Fi Rush is a really solid IP, and people, I'm sure, would love to see a Hi-Fi Rush too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And having the original creators behind it helps out a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it also makes me wonder, though, again, like just the fact that they're saying like we'll be working with Xbox to help make the transition. Maybe that's logistical stuff in terms of like owning of the IP and like whose name is on it when you log into it. Is it still, are they staying in Game Pass kind of thing?
Yeah.
Because all of that stuff is in Game Pass. Um, yeah, it's a little, it's a tricky situation. I don't really know. If you acquire the studio was shut down. So even though the studio was closed, I guess that still means though that Microsoft owned the name. Like they own the studio. Of course, they own the IP that the
Right.
studio created and so forth. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm glad somebody got it. Hopefully, it means
Heck
that they
yeah.
can keep making cool stuff,
Yeah.
and
And
hopefully,
they'll
it
get their
means that
jobs
all
back
of
in the
those
industry.
people who lost their jobs, yeah,
That's
will
about
get
to
their
say, yeah.
jobs back.
Yeah.
Like so maybe there's that. Hopefully, that's the thing. Um,
1000%.
you know, outside of that, man, I want to kind of dig into the state. So we're on video games of live service games,
Mm.
kind of where the industry is, what's happening. Somebody looking for some opinions on some things. Um, so with all of what just happened with Bungie, Destiny 2, seems like it's been a lot of stuff up in the air about whether or not, I know they let like 220 people go. I think 122 people are being absorbed into a new studio that is going to continue working on a title that was a Bungie title, but now will be, I guess, just a Sony title. It'll just be a Sony team.
Okay.
Um, there was a tweet that came out from Bungie basically saying, "Hey, we know that there's been a lot of talk, a lot of concerns about what's going on with, um, what's going to happen with Destiny as things are kind of going the direction they're going. Um, they apparently like lied about their assets and so forth. So like what Sony paid for them was way more than what they were worth. They paid like 3.6 billion for Bungie.
Mm.
Um, and a lot of people are saying now that like Bungie was going to be gone based on the way that the money and so forth had been managed and what was
Yeah.
going on with them. Like they were not going to exist if Sony hadn't come in and purchased them. Um, and, when I look at it, I really feel like Bungie was never a great studio in terms of how it was run from a monetary standpoint. Like if you look at the history of Bungie, they were their own company that ran into money issues, needed help, did the thing with Apple, had an issue there, got scooped up by Microsoft to then do Halo and they were already working on Halo, but to then make that exclusive. They stayed there for a number of years, decided they wanted to be independent and go off and do their own thing. And when they did that, then they got in bed with Activision, and did that for a while. And there was a lot of money being made, but something didn't quite go right there because then you end up in a position where you get picked up by Sony. So like Bungie has been passed around
Yeah.
like all over the place. I don't think it was ever quite run right. And the idea that Sony picked up Bungie for the sake of wanting to have someone in-house that could help them steer their live service titles
Yeah.
in the right direction is super interesting, considering that it seems like technically everything they've done has been mismanaged in terms of the money and how they handle things and whatever behind the scenes. They maybe were never really that great at it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because you and I have decided to play Suicide Squad,
Hey, I'm having fun with it.
I
Like,
know you are. And
yeah,
that's one of the things we're going to talk about.
okay.
Because you're having a really good time. I'm not. I just want to get it done.
We're close.
You're having a really good time. And here's the thing. This is probably the first time you and I have played a game together that is this style of game where I feel like we are completely in two different places in terms of like, maybe not completely,
Mm-hmm.
but basically are in different places. Like you're like, I can, dog. You're like, let's go do the thing. I want to go, let's go, and I want to go get the outfits. I'm like, for what, dog? Because as soon as this joint's done, we're done. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's over.
Yeah, I'm a cosmetic collector type of person. Even though I'm not gonna play with
You're
no
a
other
what
character,
collect-
like go with cosmetics and games. Like, oh, new outfit. Like that's always a piece of candy for me whenever I see it.
I get, bro. I get that 1,000%. So am I. However,
And you
I
get to
just
see
want
me
to
in
get it done.
cutscenes and stuff, which every game doesn't do, unfortunately. You know what I mean? So, and they're easy to grab. You don't got to work hard or nothing to get them. Just run through quick little
You
stupid.
don't have to work hard for anything in this joint,
No, you really don't. No, not at
which
all.
is part of the problem. So, and here's the thing: it is. It's a very simple. You just jump in and do the thing and be done with it. Like it's menial task followed by menial task. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and
Mm-hmm.
repeat. Go to a different part of the city, do the same thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a different part of the city, do it again. Go to
Yeah.
another part of the city and do it again. The only thing I'm enjoying about this game technically, and here's the thing, the mechanics are cool. Like it doesn't play bad. It doesn't feel bad to play. It's just unceremoniously repetitive. Like it's just like, all right, we're not doing anything new. Even when that little drip of like, oh, well, now we can burn people with the,
Yeah.
but I don't need to. Like, there's no reason to. I don't need to
Yeah.
switch.
I have no. There's no reason for me to change from ice whatsoever in this game.
Bro, I'm not changing my guns. Like,
Oh
it's
yeah.
like I don't.
Once I got that pistol from Black Matt, I'm not taking that gun off one time. I was like, why do I need another gun besides this one?
I got a sniper rifle from him, and I don't. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, live service games, dog.
Mm.
Like, this isn't it. This doesn't have anywhere close to what Destiny had, and Destiny was very rinse and repeat. It was, but you're flying to a different planet. You're loading into a different planet.
Right.
You have an open world area to run around and go through, and then you have strikes to go do, right? And even if the strike is the same, doesn't always play exactly the same. It doesn't feel as, but like,
Mm-hmm. I'm right by myself again. I have a feeling that the connection is getting real low. And I cannot tell if that is on my end or his end. Usually it's mine. Yep. Yep. Can't tell whose end that was on, but it happened. And no, you are not that version of sin. Okay. I can hear. There we go. Yeah, well, as we wait for him to get back in here, because unfortunately that's happening, so he's probably got to reload. But as far as where I stand on these live service games, I'm thinking they're hit or miss at this point. I think some games and some studios do it well, some don't. I think Grand Theft does it great. They keep it very simple. They give us new updates every couple months to keep everybody in, keep everybody satisfied with a bunch of new updates. And as far as their story goes, as simple as shot cards. They don't try to overdo anything like that, which is pretty cool. I can't think of the Marvel Avengers game that Square did that they've recently canceled. That was just a mess completely. Characters weren't delivered as often as we were told. What else was wrong with it? The cosmetics, which I think are a big thing when it comes to live service games, were trash. Like for you to have a Marvel property, and Marvel has all these different outfits that you can take from and flip them for Square's way and use them and to make money off of them, that was a complete wasted and missed opportunity. Uh, Also, with a live service game, locking characters to certain consoles like Spider-Man and PlayStation was absolute and utter garbage. I think that was a miss on them. I think uh, looks like he might be back. Possibly. There he goes. Yes.
Jump the gun, Slim.
Yeah. What a thinking Call of Duty probably does games of the service well. They've been doing it for a while. They seem to, get the people in. Fortnite has proven they do games of service well. It's working for them.
So that Disney joint they just announced with all the villains and like
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I
I
think
just
mhm.
I feel like I don't know, man. I know that there's still a thing that developers appear to be chasing in terms of like we need to make a game that we can just constantly work on. We'll always have jobs, and it's always bringing in money, and and I'm not saying that's a bad idea. Like I get it, right? But like,
You have to give the people what they want from these things. Like I think cosmetics is a big thing. I think if you have decent, I ain't say decent, if you have good cosmetics, you'll keep people in there for a long time. Fortnite has proven it. Uh, Overwatch has proven it.
I mean, I think you have to have. I mean, obviously, you have to have the gameplay and have a reason for people to want to be there in
Yes.
the first place.
Yeah.
Like you can talk about Fortnite having a cosmetic and keep, but like Fortnite reinvents itself as a game like
Constantly.
every
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah. I'm talking about
It's
like
not like
just for a start. Like you can't be like the Marvel Avengers joint that came out on Square, where like it was messy from the start, and all their cosmetics were 90% garbage. Like, but that was one of their selling points. You know what I mean? Like their battle passes and here's all the cool cosmetics you get, and you look at them, and 90% of them, you was like, I will never put this on my character. This is stupid. Like it's just, or it's just another color variant of one you already have that you don't want that color. Like it's just, you need to know. I just think that's one aspect of a games as a service thing that you need to get right because it's so popular to have different cosmetics. So make me want to spend my money on them. Or if you're going to give them to me, or you get battle passes to get stuff, you got to make them, enticing or good or something. As one, like I
you
said,
know,
just one aspect of it.
I think a lot of it is just that so much of what they do is so convoluted. I think they're not simple enough. I
And I
think
said
that
that
like
about Grand Theft. Simple. We get a fresh update every few months or whatever, and then you just pay for shark cards. Like you don't have to.
I mean, yeah, because there's one denomination, like there's one kind of money, like that's it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like right now, we've been playing Suicide Squad for the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 days or whatever. And when you go in to upgrade something or to do whatever, there's all these different there's all these different icons, and I have a different number of these pieces. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what any of them joints are.
I was about to say I don't know what a damn. I know what the money is, and I know there's other things. That's it. I don't know what nothing else is, and none of it's really like
Listen,
you don't.
Destiny
You
got
shouldn't have
muddy
that.
with like silver and the shards and the like. You need these to buy this thing. You need these to get this thing. You can buy these and use these as real money to then buy these things that you then have to use to buy these things. Bro, that's
most live service does that.
stupid.
Rainbow Six does that. Yeah, like Ubisoft does that with their stuff. Yeah, a lot of people do that thing. Here's real money. I mean, you buy this currency with real money to get these particular items and so forth. First Ascendant does it. Yeah.
But like even with the Ubisoft stuff, it's not as bad. Like there is currency you can buy with real money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there is currency you can earn by playing the game. And they're not the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can use either currency to buy anything, to buy the guns, to buy the cosmetics, to buy whatever, but it will cost you more in the currency you earn by playing the game than it costs you in dollars, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? When you pay for it. Yeah. So like, yes, you have two different currencies, but that's it. There's just the two. One you pay for out of pocket and one you earn by playing. That's it. And everything that's available in the game, 90% of the time, all of it can be earned by playing the game. Mm-hmm. So you're giving people a reason to play the game and keep playing the game. Versus like Suicide Squad is like, we're going to have all these new characters and the new characters are going to be free. Okay, but you're not dropping new story DLC. Like you're not, the game is over by the time you're able to get these characters, and then you have to either pay for them or you have to. So you shouldn't say they're free. You should say you have an option. You can earn them in game because literally their words were, we're going to be adding characters and all of our characters that are coming to the game are free. Those were their words. None of it's free.
No.
You have to play the game in order to earn it, to buy it in game. Or you can pay real money and pay and buy them outright. Right? So, but then once you do that, they tell you, like, we look at it, like, all right, we're starting late. Joker's already available. Now Mrs. Freeze is available. You thought to yourself, all right, do I just buy Joker because I really want to play with Joker since we're playing through the game and I know that once we get done with the story, we're out. But if you try to do that, it tells you, hey, the story really revolves around these four characters that we put in here. If you put somebody else in it, you're going to mess the story up. It's not going to be right. Oh. All right. Well, then I guess I won't do that.
We'll keep rocking with Harley then. Okay.
But then, so what's the point in?
I think there is story DLC for each character once you've finished.
Not really. Not really. There's like, basically there's like an incursion that allows you to kind of redo the same kind of missions we're already doing, but in a different world. Like in the same way we went to another world and came back, you basically go to another world, Joker's world or the Freeze world or whatever, and you do the same kinds of missions, the exact same joints that you're already doing.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
That's so like when I look at
Oh, and speaking of convoluted battle passes like you were mentioning, I went and jumped in Call of Duty real quick yesterday during Raw just so I could go get the battle pass because I'm gonna have Rhea Ripley regardless. That's what happened. Right. But moving around that battle pass, I was like, you know what? I have it. I equipped her skin, back out, because I don't know what is going on in this battle pass right now. Super confusing.
I do understand that if you're in and you've been in from the beginning and you know what they're talking about, you know what they're talking about. Of course. But even then, it gets to be too much. It just it's oversaturated. And I think that's a lot of what the problem is, right? Is that they make it more difficult to find the fun in the game, especially because, look, if you've been around playing games as long as we have, you know, it's not new to us to now be paying for things that used to be free, that just used to be included. And they were part of the game. You play and you collect all the things, you get a new outfit. Collect all these things, you get a new outfit. It's like, you know what I mean? But if you remember Star Wars Jedi Order, dog, and these freaking ponchos.
I hate it. I hated them. I did it because it's an addiction for me to go like, oh, like I said, Lupus King, new outfit to put on. But I cannot stand the poncho whatsoever. I'm happy that in this follow-up, it's no longer a thing.
Andrew said when the Lego DC Supervillains DLC is better than Suicide Squad, there's a problem. I mean, you're right. Because the Lego games tend to get it right. You know what I mean? They tend to get it right. You know, I'm in a place where playing Assassin's Creed to maybe Brotherhood was like, oh, you go through if you collect all the feathers, or you get like a new cape. You put the cape on, but every cape does a different thing. Mm-hmm. So one makes it so that you immediately attract attention if you walk into it. One makes it so they can barely see you at all. Like, putting that stuff on wasn't just cosmetic. It actually added to the gameplay mechanics of the game itself, right? And then you get to a point where they're like, oh, nah, just collect all the things and you get a new outfit. And that's it. Because that's a lot of time and effort for something that doesn't do anything but look different, right? And so now I'm in a place where, like, I mean, I guess if I'm playing a game that is with other people and I want to stand out separately from them, I want to look different, I want to see my character, and that, you know, that's cool. Like, I don't think that I think Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a game with a really good story. It's funny. I laugh a lot playing it. The banter between the characters is great. The voice acting is incredible. It's super well done. The cutscenes are great. But like, as I'm playing the game, I'm really like, I really wish I should just go to YouTube and watch the super edit of all the cutscenes, because that's all I really need. Because I don't feel like I'm actually gaining anything by playing the game. I'm not having a good time playing the game. You're not having a good time playing a game. You're having a good time. You're having a good time collecting the stuff. You understand what I'm saying?
But I honestly, I genuinely am. Once I got the hang of how it operates and how to traverse and all that kind of stuff, I'm actually having fun moving and shooting and trying not to die at the same time. It's a challenging thing I find for me, and I'm having fun trying to pull it off. And I wasn't at first. It was frustrating trying to get all together, this grapple versus this grapple. But now that I've got a hang of it, like, I'll be feeling good moving and shaking on these dudes, getting close, smacking them upside the head with a hammer, you know what I'm saying, shooting back up top and keep moving. Like, I just got to the hang of it where it feels good now.
No.
And I'm actually having
I get
fun.
that. What I'm saying is the mechanics are good. And so it does feel good to play. But it's technically still boring to play because they haven't given us anything new to do. You're just rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. So when I say you're not having fun, I mean that. But I mean it from the sense that, like, again, I get it. Like Rocksteady knows how to craft the gameplay of a game. Mm-hmm. They did that. It doesn't feel bad to, quote unquote, move around the city or move in between people to attack. Like, none of that feels bad. It all feels good to do and is serviceable to, like, play it and get to the next thing. But mostly you're just doing it to get to the next thing. So, like, right now it's kind of like, all right, we can do the next story mission, but I guess technically we're not prepared to do the next story mission. So I guess we have to go do.
Man, we prepared. We were smoking these dudes
You say that.
with the same weapons.
You say that, but that flash fight,
Yeah, he was irritating.
okay.
He was a little irritating. Just how you had to beat him.
The Green Lantern fight.
He was cool. He was
Yeah,
easier than Flash. To me, he was easier than Flash.
You didn't survive it.
No, I didn't. No, I got blew up all them bombs. Yeah, but he was still easier for me than the Flash was.
No, what I'm saying is, you said we prepared. We smoking these dudes. That's what I'm getting at.
Well,
that's my point. That's my point. That's what I'm talking about. Cause listen, don't play with me. Cause going by what you said, that means we can shut the show down, get in this joint, and the game. I can erase the joint from my hard drive.
Isn't that the whole motive? Because we need space.
Listen, it is, but you keep going. I mean, so and so got the joint. We can go over there and do the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you keep like, wow, and I'm like, I guess, dog. Yeah, I guess we can go.
I'm having fun swinging around shooting dudes. Like I said, I got into my groove now with Harley. Like I just be happy to go around and shoot dudes from long distance with one shot revolver, drop them. But hey, it's over. I can do
that in anything, dog. It's not special in this game. You can do that in anything. You can do it in Destiny, which whatever. I'm just saying. Again, it's not that the gameplay doesn't feel good.
Right. It is super repetitive. It's super repetitive, and the game. I mean, sorry, for the size of the city, it's not lively like at all.
No life in the joint. Yeah, it'd be dudes walking around. You just be like, well,
all I do is look for the dudes flying on the little thing. Oh, bam, take them down.
Also, dog, who makes a game in 2024? That's co-op where you can't separate.
That is the dumbest thing about this game. Because of our bombs on our necks, we're forced. All four of us are forced to be within a certain parameter of each other at all times. You can only go but so far away.
Bro, I understand. Like, don't start the new mission without me, joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta be together to do the joint because story, blah blah blah. But like, dog,
if we just run around the city, like. Going to get just resource if we were into, but resource farming, like, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if I'm just shooting somebody or whatever,
yeah,
and you're like, ooh, piece of candy, I want to go get this outfit. You can't go get the outfit without one of us not. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
come on, dog. Like it just GTA Online, great live service. It just is.
Mm-hmm.
It would be better.
Simple.
If they just really need to give us, like, just give me a server.
That's all we asking for, baby.
Give me a server.
All we asking for.
You know what I'm saying? Destiny 2. They mostly pulled it off. I have a lot of issues with Destiny and Destiny 2 as games, as franchise. I think their armor system is trash. I think all the different currencies is stupid. Like all of that stuff is like, you're making this more difficult than it needs to be. Overwatch 2, super repetitive. I don't care, but it's the one thing that I was looking forward to them doing, giving us story missions, co-op joints, whatever. And then they was like, nah, we're not doing that. All right, well then all right, I'm out. I think Valorant is doing a good job now that it's on console, having come from PC.
Still need to get out of shot.
The Division, still kicking, bro. Rainbow Six, still kicking.
We got plenty of things to do in all of them.
Ubisoft has the best record of live service games.
Oh yeah,
that aren't MMORPGs, like that isn't World of Warcraft. Like they have the best record of lot. They get people that are in, and when they're in, it just works. Like X Defiant is actually doing all right.
Mm-hmm. For Honor, still kicking ass.
But I've had enough of like just the shooters on top of shooters on top of shooters. Like that's, we do need. I think that's part of the other problem is that like everything is a hero shooter or a looter shooter or something like that. You know what I mean? And I just think that there's a need for more a Borderlands game that was consistently existed could be better as like it's a co-op rock kind of thing. Andrew, here's the thing about Watch Dogs. That last Watch Dogs had a potential. It had a co-op and it had a zombies mode.
Mm-hmm. I actually thought about it again the other day how I need to go beat it.
Bro, that zombies joint was so difficult.
That shit
so hard to understand,
bro. We tried it for like 2-3 extra lives. That thing is tough. And I'm gonna blame jokes.
I'm all right with that. Yeah, I can't. There was a lot of potential for Watch Dogs, but Watch Dogs as a live service, I just don't know that they really were prepared to go that route. But again, like For Honor, like they got a built-in fan base that's like going nowhere, and they just keep adding more people from more areas, from more eras. Like it's cool, and I liked what that combat system was and what it was like, and it has a co-op joint in it that's cool, and we was getting bodied in it, but we kind of was getting good a little bit.
We needed more practice, but yeah, we were on the uptake before we got out of it. We were on the uptake.
I wanted for Rainbow Six Extraction to give me more. I was actually enjoying that joint. We don't need it. But we got hooked on the cosmetics.
Yep.
Are them things in game?
No, they had some good cosmetics over there. They did. Yeah. Extraction definitely had some good ones.
They did theirs right. Like, I'm concerned, bro. Concord is about to drop.
Concord. Is that PlayStation 1? Yeah, no, that's going to fail.
I know.
That's going to fail.
I know.
It looks too much like everything. It looks too much like you will just say. It looks like too much like everything else that's out there right now, and nothing that sets it apart from what we already currently.
It's like Guardians of the Galaxy in Destiny. They are ex-Destiny devs or something, so
gameplay might feel good, what I'm saying, when it comes out, but
I'm hearing great things. Like the people who are playing it, I'm hearing great things about the gameplay. But like, dog, when your closed beta has more people in it than your open beta, and when you're open beta, you open to more people, and it still doesn't. Yeah, dog, that's not the move. And you're doing that as Valorant is deciding to come to consoles. Like that's not a good move.
And it already has a fan base. You're not,
bro.
Yeah, that right there alone is going to help tank your sales.
Yeah,
there were sports tournaments over Valorant,
and they like $40, and you get everything in the game. You know what I mean? 16 characters, everybody, like you, $40, you get everybody in the game. I'm listening to people talk about it. They're like, yo, you play this joint and you pick a character, and as you play with that character, you can actually earn different versions of that character. So like you and somebody else can have the same character, but you have a different version of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's stuff like that that's like seems cool. But just I don't know, man.
Fingers crossed for him, what I'm saying? Yeah, fingers crossed. Hope the game does well, but I see an uphill battle.
Helldivers 2 fell off, bro. So I don't think Concord has a chance.
And that's still with Helldivers. Just for some co-op stuff, you know what I mean? Like just
the cosmetics aren't good, bro. You be all right. You know what I'm saying? Look, we got a busy weekend this weekend. I don't know how we're gonna do it. But there's 3 conventions this weekend. That's right. 3, right? Yeah, 3 conventions this weekend. Fairfax Comic Con, Atlantic Comic Con, and RisuCon all this weekend. We will definitely be at RisuCon on Sunday. We have a panel at RisuCon on Sunday. It's in Montgomery County, so we'll be there. We're still kind of working out the logistics for Fairfax and Atlantic. One is in Richmond, one is in Dulles.
And I think I've decided I want to go see Romulus this weekend.
What happened?
I think I've decided I want to go see Aliens Romulus this weekend. Don't know how with everything.
That's not possible. You need to do that like tomorrow.
I need to.
You do that tomorrow. You can't do it Thursday.
Well, it all depends on Thursday, what time it is. Because if it's like at 6, I'll be back in time to throw a party. That's not a problem. Yeah, so.
I'm hearing great things about that joint.
Yeah, the more I see the trailer and stuff like that, like it's Aliens. I feel like I need to go and see it. I feel like I need to go see this.
I understand. I do. I mean, kind of. It's kind of what he said. I want to go watch a movie. That's fine. I ain't gonna watch it when the job is done. You know what I mean? In between travel times or something. Yeah. So yeah, 3 conventions this weekend. We are on the fence with Anime NYC. We did get in. We do have press. However, that's also SmackDown weekend. SmackDown's coming to town.
Mm-hmm. It's basically in like 2 weeks. Yeah. Like it's right around the corner. Yeah. Yes, the original plan before we got accepted was me, Marcus, shout out to Noah, like we were all trying to go to SmackDown. And then they hit us with the, hey, got in, like, I've never been to SmackDown before, yada yada. That's a lot of money to spend to get up there and come right back. Wasn't planning on it type of deal. So I really want to, since we got in this press, not gonna lie. I just don't think it's feasible for myself right now. But you know, we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, I never go to Anime NYC.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. You don't know until you're there, Ellis, because you don't know what's going to happen just yet.
Nah, Ellis know what's going to happen.
Oh, that's what it is. He got the inside scoop.
Man, Ellis know.
The tribal chief back now. You know, I might be able to see the tribal chief live. Put your ones up, baby. You know.
Who's the original tribal chief?
Told you, it's Roman Reigns. It says
it's Rikishi, dog. Don't play
on his shirt. OTC. Don't play with me.
OTC is a over-the-counter medicine. We talked about this, dog.
No, right now it stands for original tribal chief.
OTC. Roman Reigns, the original OTC.
That's right.
Are you saying that you respect him, or are you asking me to? Because no. Listen, I've been doing this longer than you, buddy. I mean,
well, you ain't a 2-time champion. Just gonna leave it like that. It is what it is, baby.
Woo. Here's the other thing. We might actually have. There's a possibility that we will see some level of press for SmackDown. So that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
That we're working on. It won't technically be the first time we have had some version of press for a WWE event. So yeah, I mean that's all of that stuff it's a lot happening. It's a lot happening all at the same time. And like in the meantime, other conventions and stuff that we have are moving around and things are happening. Stuff's getting double booked. Like it's just a lot, not like specifically like us getting double booked, but like venues are getting double booked for stuff that we're supposed to be working on and things like that. Sin, stop avoiding the joint. To go ahead, pop the joint up there.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. You can put it up if you want.
My man Ellis said, actually, I'm a
Right.
four-time champion with autographs from former champions, autographs audit.
It doesn't
Also,
matter what
let
you
me share
are.
that greatest fans article with you. I mean, I'm just saying, dog, like, you know, you want the link? I ain't drop the link, dog. I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? Drop the link. I'm with it. What you have, Captain? Yeah. So busy weekend, busy week. We have our movie club discussion coming up, not this Monday, but the following. So yeah, August is crazy. Slows down a little bit in September, but we are prepping some things for November for Extra Life. So y'all just get your heads ready for 24 hours of ridiculousness. In the beginning of November, we are continuing to plan some things out. Sin.
Yes, sir.
Let's pop it in Thriller Park.
This week, episodes 10 through 12. We did 7 through 9 last week. Patreon members.
Ellis, drop the link, bro. I didn't see a link. Give me a link.
Patreon members, our discussion on episodes 7 through 9, you all will have tomorrow. I've had some technical difficulties, I would say, with my tablet, getting stuff edited and put together. So now that I got that fixed, I'll work on it all day tomorrow while I'm at work and have that uploaded for you guys. But great conversation we had. A lot of information was dropped. We actually went longer than the usual time that we go, so that was pretty cool. And the cliffhanger they left us with last week might have been the first one that had us like jaw dropped at the end. It was so out of left field, but it was so incredible. Just anticipating Thursday. Just gonna put it out there like that. Just anticipating.
Heather says, "What's the movie club movie?" It is Get Smart.
Yes,
it's definitely Get Smart. Ellis, bro, I still haven't gotten a link. Where are you sending this link? Drop the link.
I don't know what it is. Yeah. See?
I ain't seen no link. You got you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad. Oh, just text it to me. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure Sin gets it.
Yeah,
I can't make him read it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Movie club movie is Get Smart. Speaking of Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Right. You looking forward to that?
I am, bro. It's not The Rundown.
No, it's not The Rundown.
Rundown's classic, bro. That thing is.
Okay, got options. Okay, options.
Hey.
Clubs. Okay.
Hold on, man. My text message is going off.
Oh.
Give me a second.
Ellis sent an article he wrote about himself.
He don't get down like that. I don't think he get down like that. Not the last time I checked. But you know how it is. I'm going. We about to make some magic.
Voila, magic.
Exactly, bro.
Matter of fact, what is? Go to AMC. What these tickets looking like on Thursday? What are we looking like if I want to go see Aliens?
Are you planning? Are you really gonna go see that joint?
I'm being dead ass serious. If I can, I'm going to see it. I fully.
How is it that for Aliens you don't mind doing scary?
Because I don't know. I think it's because I have. Yeah, that was one of the first original joints that freaked me out when I was a kid. My freaking uncles and love you, Leonardo. Damn you, you're at fault for that one too. But I don't know. Just something about like Aliens 2 is my favorite action movie of all time. I think it was something of just being in that crazy, weird. It's aliens, it's space, it's everything. But then I love the weapons in it. I love the sound of the weapons in it. It went from being scary like the first one to the second one being kind of all action. So I have that thing with aliens in general.
Mm-hmm.
This one looks like it might fit more of having a blend of the two that I'm looking forward to when it comes to my alien stuff, and be very violent and bloody, which doesn't bother me at all.
So you're not scared.
No,
Man,
not really.
my man said, "Who do you see at the top of this article right here, Sin?"
I see Chris Jericho.
The 10 most famous fans in sport entertainment history, dog. The Brock Lesnar guy, the Straw Hat guy,
It ain't Luffy. He don't count.
the Angry Miz girl, the really excited fan, the Faith No More guy, the tie-dye guy, the sign guy, the shocked Undertaker guy.
I can keep it a bug. It's easily the shot Undertaker guy. I still see memes of him to this day. I ain't seen near one of them other ones before.
Real talk. Ellis Mbe is many things. He is a fan of WWE. He wouldn't be here if he wasn't. He's a power lifter, and given how he turned his life around after reading Triple H's book, which there is a link to that, that's a whole thing, just so y'all know, he is in some ways an inspiration. But what makes him a legendary fan isn't that his stunned reaction to Brock Lesnar's defeat of The Undertaker at WrestleMania 30 was unique. Even Brock Lesnar guy was similarly floored. But that the dead man was barely cold on the mat before the camera found Mbe slack-jawed and speechless at ringside, lingering on him just long enough to shoot him into the dueling realms of meme-hood and immortality. And then you can watch his meeting with Triple H, which also is really great, and everybody should watch that.
I still haven't. No, I've not seen the Double Champ. Ellis, still haven't seen him yet.
You know, just that's all. That's all. You know what I mean? Hey, my man came out here and, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Said F your wall, dog. You know what I'm saying?
I have another one up there by the end of the year.
Okay.
Already decided what it is and when. So.
Okay. Listen. I want to thank y'all for hanging out with us this evening. We're gonna wrap this up. I think Jokes is gonna be with us next week. We're trying. We're working on it. We'll see. Meanwhile, I would tell you to go look at some of our content from Otakon and so forth, but he's not in any of that either. I wish I could Rick James your ball like it's a couch. I mean,
don't be a hater. Don't be a hater, baby.
I actually wish you could too, because I would love for that to happen.
Don't play with me.
Right
on it.
Yeah. Thank y'all for hanging out. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Again, we're super busy. We should have a lot more content coming. Appreciate the help getting, pushing that growth on YouTube. That's been going really, really well. We're cooking up some new content, doing some new things for y'all. So look for some changes coming up soon around our anniversary. So November, we're looking to do some things. And yeah, y'all all hit that like button like Dr. Who said, and shout out the Shocked Undertaker guy. You know what I'm saying?
Salute.
It's real out here. Ain't that right, Sin?
Facts. Big facts.
You know what I'm saying? We finna go see Mommy and them.
That's on Monday. That's on Monday. I gotta wait. I gotta catch
up. Man, really reduced the entire WWE to end them.
Yeah, Mommy and them. Yeah, well, if I go to Raw, I'm going to see Mommy and them. Yeah. Come on now. It's a wrong that.
On that note, we out. Poodles and lose, bro. Push the button.
Loading snacks. Ow.